Hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm just snapping on my Joy-Cons onto the dongle thingy, so it's like a controller. I eventually would like... Oh my god. I eventually would like a Pro controller, but again, I don't think it's in my priorities at the moment, so... yeah, we're back on Pokemon Shield. I think the audio is a little low for the time being. So let me... Oh god, okay, now that's too much. That should be a good medium, right? Between a lot and not enough, right? I mean, it's quiet right now, but you get it. It's been a while since I last played this game. I think it's been, if not exactly a week, I feel like it's been close to a week. So I think I got new Pokemon. Oh yeah, I did. I named this one after Fergie. I forget its actual name. I got some coffee, by the way. I did one of those stir up like cappuccino thingies. So cheers! I have a Christmassy cup mug. Delicioso. I have a Sizzlypede, which I named Fergie for some reason. I just associate Fergie with a fiery, spicy woman. So there you go. I named it after Fergie. Surprise, surprise! I named the Pokemon myself. This Woobat, I forgot to go into a Poke Center. I got this one and named it Timbaland. Because it's a Timber. Its name is Timber. And I was like, Timbaland, duh. If we're going to name Pokemon after celebrities. What better name? I don't think I got any new Pokemon other than those two. I could be wrong, but I don't think I got any new Pokemon ever since the last stream. Yeah, I think these two we already got during the stream. So yeah, I don't think I got anything new since then. As you can see, I could have played this game a little bit off camera to level up Fergie. I didn't remember her being this low leveled. But it's fine. I should actually travel to a Poke Center and rename that Woobat Pokemon that I forgot, that I accidentally quit out of the thing. I don't even remember what we were gonna name it. Do you guys remember what we were gonna name that? Oh yeah, we were gonna name it after Catwoman, right? I think we were gonna name the after Catwoman. I think this is the wrong menu. this is the one we wanted. Nickname, yes. There you go. And then we go into this one. Yes. There you go. It's been a second. It's been a second since we played this. Yeah, I wanted to name it Halle Berry, but I didn't know how to spell it, I think, and then I accidentally quit out of the menu. So let's not do that. I think that's how you spell that. Okay, there you go. I got her name up on my phone, so I don't screw it up. Meow, 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 meow. Halle Berry. There you go. No, we good, and then we heal. And then we go back to the mines of Galar, which is where we were last seen on stream. I didn't really venture far away from it, to be honest. I think I just caught Pokemon that I saw during the stream that I didn't get to catch for one reason or another. Let me connect to the internet. And yeah, I just took a chance to get them off stream. I did a little bit of Pokédex hunting, I guess, off stream. I didn't find that to be interesting enough to share, so I kind of skipped that, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do that off stream because I also want a reason to play this game off stream, you know. This should take us pretty close to, yeah. This should take us close to the mine, which it has. We already got all of these, so I don't wanna get into a fight over there. In any case of us needing healing, we're right over there. We're still on our journey towards the first Pokemon gym. Actually, surprisingly enough, that's our journey. I think I went this way already. Yeah. I did. I already triggered a fight with that gorgeous, and this one as well too. Yeah. But I don't think I went this way. I think this is where I left off. I battled this gorgeous queen, and then I just ended. Oh my god, look at all the Christmas lights. I'm joking. I know they're ores and stuff because we're at a mine. It's just a very... It's the Christmas season, y'all. During the weekend, we bought new lights for our tree because they broke after like years of us having them. So this just reminds me a lot of the Christmas lights that I currently have. They're all colorful and gorgeous. I love Christmas, y'all. I really do. Oh, hi! Randomly, there's like 2 Pokemon over here and one of them is glowing. Like, hello? Should I have waited until I saw you in order to catch you? I don't think Miss Fergie is gonna be very useful here, or at least I'm a little afraid of using her, so we're just gonna switch to Hallie, to Miss Halle Berry, Catwoman herself. Wait, Catwoman? No, Batwoman. Am I mistaking superheroes? I'm definitely mistaking superheroes, I'm pretty sure, but now it's too late. I already named her that. We can always change that though, it's fine. But now I'm having that moment. Was she Batwoman or Catwoman? Because you know, 2 different things. 2 entirely different superheroes as far as I'm aware. Either way, Pokemon is, as ever, a great title. Adorable. Adorable. I just can't get enough of this game. I was yesterday by myself at home, and all I wanted to do was to play more Pokemon. I really did. I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait for tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do, girls. I love that I was speaking like that to myself. But yeah, yesterday, that's all I could think of. I was in need of streaming. I'm gonna replace Fury swipes. I feel like this is not the best move. So I couldn't wait to get my hands on this. And then obviously the state of play was very nice to that. I might as well fight you too. It was very nice to get to see that as well. I wanted, a part of me almost wanted to do it live. I almost did it live. A part of me kind of wanted to do it live. But then I was like, you know what? It's fine. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do it live. I feel like sometimes there's so much pressure that to play a game the day it comes out, or the hour it comes out, or to watch something exactly as it came out, or to watch it live and stuff like that. And I do think that there's a beauty to kind of having, to kind of putting that personal boundary of like, you know, I'll watch it at my own pace and to kind of take control. You know what I mean? And to kind of I mean, that's the best way I can put it. It's a good way to take control back from the culture of watching everything live and tweeting everything as it's happening. I do think it's a breath of fresh air to kind of, you know, to kind of stand back and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna change my schedule. I'm gonna do it the exact same, and we're gonna watch it later, because surely I'm not the only person watching this later, so it should be fine. You know, it's one of those things where you just fight that inner thing that you have within yourself that it's telling you like, oh, that this is how you should go about things, and because everyone is doing it and everybody does it like this. So, you know, obviously it wasn't that deep of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take control back and stuff like that. But it's one of those things like after I commit to it, after I'm like, no, I'm gonna stream at the same time, we'll react then, it's gonna be fine. Like, the world is not gonna end. Like, after I commit to that decision, I'm like, yeah, you know, that was a good thing that I did that, you know? Like, why put so much pressure on myself or something along those lines? Everybody's been doing emails? Oh my god, have they? Oh. Email my heart. Passion, hi. A hard stone? Durable stone that boosts the power of rock-type Pokemon. Do I have any rock-type Pokemon on me? Passion, there's a release date for Dreams. Have you seen? I don't remember it, but I think it's February. I think it's sometime in February. I could be entirely wrong. I want this Diglett. Wait, did I not catch a Diglett while I was offline? I think I did. Surely I must have. Let me see. Yes, I think it was. I think it was February, because I think I was starting to speculate it was gonna be a PS5 title, like launch title, and then they were like, oh, February, and I was like, oh, just kidding, it's gonna be a little bit beforehand. And I figured he would be very proud of me, because I was, you know, explaining what Dreams was all about and all that stuff, and I was like, where's Passion? I didn't say it, but I thought it. I was like, where's Passion? We're talking about Dreams and Passion is not here. It feels illegal. Did I catch it or not? Oh, I did. I did catch a Diglett. There you go. I don't need another one. I don't need another Diglett. Hey girl, let's fight. I want to start a fight. Oh, so she's a liar. Wait, what do you mean? No, I didn't say it. I thought about it. I was like, where's Passion? But I didn't actually say it. Because you could have, the thing is like, I don't check my viewer list, so you could have been here and I didn't want to, like in case you were lurking, I didn't want to call you out of lurk. Or anything of that nature. It's not that deep, girl. Well, the 2 second thought was there. Yes. Yes, exactly. But how are you? They teased some sort of update to it, but honestly, I couldn't really tell what was fan made and what was like made by them. So you might have to watch the trailer to see, because they didn't like break it down. They weren't like, here's what's new about it, you know. So you might have to like take a look at it, and even then, you know, they since they didn't specify anything. I did get an impression that like it was low-key teasing like a story mode, but they really didn't go into it at all. They really didn't give enough information about any of that. I am excited about the Kingdom Hearts DLC. I am excited about Resident Evil 3. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about like some of the other games. Like Ghost of Tsushima. We're gonna hear from that later this month, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I forgot that the Game Awards were happening. If anyone happens to want to Google it or happens to know when it is, if you could tell me, like, I don't know what time it's gonna be, but if it's a decent time, I would be interested in streaming it and, like, reacting to it, I guess. Especially if anyone would be interested in, like, hopping in on a call or something. And we could, like, do our own commentary through it of like who we think should have been nominated and like what games we liked more this year, and out of the nominees which game or which thing we would choose as a winner. I've never done anything like that. I've never like done an award show kind of like reaction commentary situation. Oh, it's 1:30 a.m. Oh shit. I guess I can do. Wait, December 13. I guess I could stream that day. You know, like I could do an extra stream that day and kind of do a little bit like. Kind of like the next day, we could like go through an article or something that says like everyone that won, or we could watch like a highlight reel or something like that and sort of commentate on, you know, our own thoughts on it and such. Welcome back, David. How was your food? How was your free Burger King? We're gonna take Prince out of this. We're gonna put Bonnie on the team. It was good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We just got into Pokemon. I'm still making my way downtown. Down the mine, actually, not downtown. We're heading towards the first gym. Come here. Oh, I think the cart comes here and like kind of crashes and Pokemon just jump out of it, sort of thing. I'm a hole. Thank you for following. I really appreciate it. I'm a hole. What's your name? No, but in all seriousness, welcome to the family. My name is Ruby. I'm a queer variety content creator. Today we just reacted to the PlayStation Sony State of Play that they did, the last one for the year, which was really fun to watch. And I'm very excited for anything coming up 2020. No. I've never seen that show. Ew, my Pokemon fell in love? You're not there to fall in love, sweetie. You're there to fight. Your name is Kiera. Hi. You're from Germany. I'm from Portugal. It's so nice to meet you. Streetway girl. Yes. So nice to meet you. I'm busy fighting this Woobat at the moment, but we'll find a way to talk through this. No bug and and flying is not a good combination. I'll call Halle Berry into it. Should be safe with that. I'm doing a celebrity edition of Pokemon, so basically I name every Pokemon that I catch after a celebrity. Pretty straightforward, right? And yeah, we are kind of talking about the state of play that happened today for Sony. And the upcoming Game Awards. I don't even know like anything about the Game Awards. Like I've heard about it, and I know that some games get announced there. Sometimes they have trailers and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever actively watched the Game Awards. I think I may have read about it, like afterwards and stuff like that. If there were like any weird or interesting moments or anything like that, but I don't think I'm aware like of any nominees or anything like that. In an hour from now, actually, Nintendo is doing an indie showcase live stream, so I might actually pull that up on my side on a different tab or something, and then we could probably. I was checking if it was my own Pokemon that died. It wasn't. Spoiler alert, it wasn't me who died. Cause I would like to react to it. I know it's indie, so it may not have anything like mind-blowing, but I could be very wrong. There could be a lot of amazing news, and there could be some interesting indie developers, and you know, as you probably, some of you have seen from me kind of like doing my Twitter rant that was taken from the stream and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily shy about my opinion when it comes to wanting to see different things and being bored of the status quo sort of thing. So, you know, it would kind of be against that in a way for me to not watch the indie showcase and, you know, to kind of ignore that just because it's indie. Because I feel like in a way, indie developers are kind of defying what, you know, what is popular in gaming and what is the cool thing to do in games, you know? In a way. I'm not saying like it's definitely that way always, but it's nice to kind of see the status quo getting challenged, I guess. We already have a bug type on there, so I want to see if there's another level 15 that we could add to the party. Oh, we have a 14. Okay. Oh wait, but this is, I think this is ground type as well. So yeah, it's in less than an hour from now, so we're gonna play a little bit of Pokemon, react to that, and then come back to Pokemon. It's roughly 20 minutes.
God, hi!
Thank you so much, Streetway Girl. Thank you so much for hosting. It's gonna be roughly like 20 minutes of it, so we could probably discuss it for about 10. So it's gonna be like a little bit of a 30-minute detour from this game. So it shouldn't be that distracting, I suppose. That one is water and flying. I kind of don't want to have Samey. Oh, there you go. This is like rock type, so this should be fine. There you go. I just, you know, even though I am leveling up Pokemon, I do want to have a little bit of a variety going on, so that my team can be, you know, easily available for a fight or something like that, and I don't have to panic over whether or not my Pokemon are battle ready. We love that, yeah. I don't know if you're actually saying that because of that or because you're just saying it. Mr. Russell, hello. His beard is reminding me of mine in a way, and how I like nowadays I really don't like when I don't shave. Like, it's just something that I've noticed about myself that I just don't I don't like not shaving anymore. For me, even if it's like, if I'm not like clean shaven, sometimes even at the end of the day, like after I've shaved, I don't like that blue tint. You know how he kind of has that a little bit? This character, this Pokemon trainer, I really don't like that kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a bluish, grayish tint that your face kind of has, and I really don't like it. It's funny because I kind of started, and for a long time, even on YouTube and stuff, I had a beard, and a lot of people ended up being like, I love your beard and stuff like that, but I grew kind of out of it. And nowadays it's like, if I have a beard or if I haven't shaven in a while, it's probably a bad sign. It's probably a sign that I'm not like taking care of myself in that way, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like caring about my appearance and stuff like that. So if you see me cleanly, you know, like with a clean shave, it's either like, because if you don't see me with a clean shave, it's like I either wanted to give my face a rest, or I was tired and bored or lazy, or I couldn't be bothered and I'm not at the greatest mental health place. Because then you look at the mirror, it's one of those things like everything just piles up. Oh, prevent the effects of traps. Oh, that's cute. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of a chain of events. Like, you get kind of depressed so you don't shower, and then you look in the mirror and you look gross because you haven't showered, and then it makes you feel even worse. So it's like, it's such a weird cycle and chain of events that you just have to force yourself, because then you know you're gonna feel way worse. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, even if I'm like showering and I'm lazy, I'm like, no, just shave, because you're not gonna like it. Like, even if it's short now, it's gonna grow a little bit more towards the day and you're not gonna like it. Oh, hey. Coming this way, I'd advise against it. Any trainer with a wishing star is in for a beating from me and my Pokemon. I love that he kind of gave me a warning, so it's like, hey, do you want to change your Pokemon perhaps? And do you want to like heal? Do you want to reassess your team and stuff like that? I love that, like, in front of him, I'm like, BRB, and I'm like running away from him. Love that. Rat. Oh shit. Someone has to be the villain in this game. Like, back in my day, the rival was the villain. But these days, the rival is kind of like your friend. Like, hey, we're going along this journey together, sort of thing. Speaking of, we haven't seen Hop in a while. That's kind of refreshing, huh? Because for the, like, the first, I feel like, few hours of this game, he was very present. He was always there, and to a point where I almost was annoyed. Well, I was kind of annoyed. But now it's nice that, like, we got some distance from him, and I kind of miss him already. I'm like, oh, take back the bad guys. I miss my baby. I miss my baby Hop. Mainly his brother. When this turns into one of those videos, like, going after my brother's best friend. Like, no, well, that's another kind of video, but going after My best friend's brother. There you go. Isn't there a Victorious song that was like best friend's brother sort of thing? Anyway, there's a lot of different themes and different types of videos with those themes. Anyway, unrelated entirely to the conversation, which is fine. Oh yeah, let's get Rita on here. Completely unrelated. I kind of want to get Steven on the team, because Rita is not going to be able to fight for the time being. Wouldn't it be so iconic, though, if I managed to teach Rita a couple of moves? That would be so funny. Let me actually see if there's any moves that I can teach anyone. Excuse me. Oh my god. I'm gonna teach Steven Swift. I'm gonna get rid of Supersonic. It only has a 55 chance of actually hitting. So it's not worth me having my hopes up of like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe I'll be able to use this eventually. Not Steven Universe, Steven Seagal. Oh, you can't see the name. My bad. I was like, how dare you, Steven Universe? There were other Stevens before Steven Universe, you know? Rock Blast. I can get rid of Smokescreen for this. I'm naming Steven Universe isn't a celebrity. It's a cartoon character. Oh, honey. Oh yeah, I can equip, I can give Hearthstone to Nat King Cold. King Cold? King Cole! Jesus Christ. Nat King Cold. Yes, that's a name. Jesus. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, let's meet up with that. Oh, can I catch you? Catch me, catch me, catch me, come on, catch me. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Nope, that didn't work. Let's catch up with this honey and fight him. You're the gym leader endorsed by the champion, aren't you? What a joke. You're aware that the champion is more important. Nope. You're aware that the chairman is more important than the champion, right? I was chosen by the chairman himself, so that makes me more amazing than you. I suppose I should prove beyond doubt just how pathetic you are and how strong I am. Okay, sweetie. Beady. I'm not the gym leader. I am... Basically, the champion endorsed both me and his brother. In this game, you kind of need an endorsement in order to even participate, in order to be eligible for the gym leader challenge. And the current champion is my best friend's brother, and he named both me, he kind of, not like sponsored us, but he endorsed both me and his brother. I don't know what type that Pokemon is, but I'm just gonna use Fergie on it. And hope for the best here. It was a critical hit, whoa. I'm just giving your Pokemon a little chance to shine. Oh shit. Okay, let's maybe switch. Let's maybe switch. Let's not have Fergie pass out over here. We need Fergie to get as much experience as she can get. Did I say gym leader? I don't know if I said gym leader. I said something about going to the first gym today. Possibly. I don't remember saying gym leader. Goodbye, solo sis. Solo sis. Pretty sure that's not how you say that, but hey. Gothita. We'll keep the main. We'll keep this one. Gothita. 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 Oh my god, iconic. Wait, I kind of stan? Okay, but why is Gothita so iconic? You might be hearing things. I could have misread something. I don't know. I could have. So don't worry. Oh god. There goes Shia. Not Shia LaBeouf. Oh god. Leave Shia LaBeouf alone. I keep getting notifications from freaking Reddit. How do I... Let me go to the settings, because I'm tired of getting... There we go, notifications. Yeah, turn off desktop notifications. There you go. Every once in a while I will get like something from the Drag Race Reddit or something. Oh shit. No, Steven is dead as well. What happened? Oh no. Let's put Bonnie on. I am an American girl. Hot-blooded and I'm ready to go. What's so shocking about Reddit? It's just they have a couple of subreddits that are actually good to keep track of certain things. I like the Drag Race one. I like the K-pop one and the BTS specific one, because then you get like certain news articles or certain things that are dedicated. Reddit is kind of like a I feel like it's like a what fan sites used to be back then, of like, you know, people gather information from all across the internet and like Twitter and stuff like that, and they put it in one place. And then there's like the element of it being a forum, so you can discuss it with people, or you can like if you're like me, you don't really discuss with people, you kind of see people's reactions to things. And some of these Reddit places, they're really good with like the moderation, so like they're pretty respectful and stuff. What have I been doing? Well, whatever, I couldn't read the rest. Hatina. Oh my god, why do I want all of those Pokemon? Why do I want all of them? Yeah, it's like a forum. It's basically a forum. I know there's a lot of... I'm sure there's plenty of toxic Reddits and subreddits, I guess that's the best way to put it. Oh shit. Oh god. You heard Latina? Have you considered getting your ears checked? Okay, but seriously, he's like low-key wiping up my team. Like, low-key, my team is going down. Like, I may be a little underleveled. You kinda like him? You just called him a rat. How do you kinda like him? Do you just have a thing where you like insult the people you like, so you're like, ugh, piece of trash. But then like you low-key are like, I love him. All of his Pokemon are really cute though, which is kind of an interesting dynamic considering how he's such a hard-ass, annoying bitch ass. Yet his Pokemon are all like super cute and stuff. Yes, okay. Good to know. Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god, that was the Nintendo live stream going live and an ad playing on that, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. I don't know what I was expecting, but it still hasn't started. They just started the stream like half an hour beforehand for some reason. So there's that. But the stream is only starting in 30 minutes, so we still have a little bit of Pokemon. A little bit of Pokemon to go before we can check out the Indie World Showcase from Nintendo. Oh, I literally just said it. Waits for the delay. It's basically indie stuff for Switch. Could be new games, could be games that are already in other platforms, but they're being ported to the Switch. Stuff like that. Also, I know you would be super over it by now, Passion, but in the State of Play, they announced that like the Goose Game is coming to the PS4, and I was like, oh god. I wasn't really like mortified, I wasn't like annoyed by it, I was just sort of like, this is kind of old news. Imagine how tired we are. Yeah, exactly, it was that energy. It was like, come on guys. And then the Xbox Game Pass Twitter also posted like, hey, next week it's coming to us too, and I was like, I feel like by now, whoever wanted to play it already played it, either on the Switch or on PC. So I feel like, you know, I get it. It was an iconic game. Like, it was a highlight this year. It was an internet phenomenon. But, you know, it lasted for about like a couple of weeks. I see. Well, that's fine. I wasn't really trying all that hard anyway. Ooh, we got some stack though from that. Well, that was unexpected. I suppose you're more able than I thought. Naturally, I'll remember your battle style and strategies now. I'm sure to easily defeat you if and when we face each other in an official match. Now that we've established that, I won't waste any more time on you. I've already gathered every wishing star in the area. Okay, girl, have fun. Loki, want your jacket, but like, so rude. Why are you so mean? Also, I don't think it's worth buying again, let alone the price point. Well, for Xbox, if they're doing it on the Game Pass, you technically don't have to pay anything for it, like other than like the subscription price. So that is good. For PS4, I don't know how much it's gonna be on there, which is interesting to think about. Oh, girl. I'm too lazy to go back to the Pokemon Center, so I feel like the exit is over there anyway. And there might be like someone there to heal me, so I'm not gonna spend any items or any money or anything like that, so we're just gonna go forward. I agree with you. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like whoever wanted to see it or play it already experienced it. Also, it's worth noting that Nintendo's live stream is currently, by the way, half an hour before, you know, the actual action happens, it already has 2,237 people watching. Hiya, me and my big sister have set ourselves up a big pop-up Pokemon Center. Not that we asked anyone if we could or should. You've done a good job making it this far. I'll heal up your team for you. I'm taking some liberties with the text, clearly. Once you get through Galar Mine, you're out on Route 4 and nearly to Turfield. You're almost there, Gym Challenger. You probably heard me say Gym Challenger, not Gym Leader. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that's probably what David heard. I feel like the Goose Game was one of those things where the hype for it died so quickly. Because everybody was watching clips of it and stuff like that. And I feel like there wasn't much to the game above all of those like funny moments, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And this is not supposed to be shade or anything like that. It's just one of those things where the game was fairly short, and it's an indie game, so it's understandable that it's not that short. That it's not that long, excuse me. Ooh. Let me get some berries. Shake it. My usual approach to this is I shake the tree as much as I can. Fight whatever Pokemon, get some experience, or catch the Pokemon if it's a new one. And then just get whatever berries are left over. I heard my name. Yeah, I was saying that, you probably heard me saying Gym Challenger, not Gym Leader. That's all. Because everybody keeps talking to me, they keep referring to me as Gym Challenger, which is weird because they could easily, I guess they don't know my name, so that's a good, you know, that makes sense that people wouldn't be like, hey, Ruby, right? So I guess it makes sense. Dua Lipa is releasing a track on Friday, which is said to be experimental with vibes of Daft Punk and Madonna. Ooh, bitch. That's a good combo. Here she comes. I know. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good combo. Daft Punk vibes and Madonna vibes. Yeah, I liked it too. It was very similar to Juice by Lizzo. So I'm excited to see her like delve in like deeper a little bit, you know what I mean? She performed it at Mama. Oh, did she? I think she performed with Mamamoo. And they have a history of blackface and such. She probably doesn't have any idea, Dua. But she did perform with a K-pop group or something, right? But I'm not super fond of Hwasa. Sung New Rules. Yeah, she's a part of Mamamoo. And they have a history of I think they did it like a couple times. Blackface, they did. So yeah, I kind of separate myself a little bit from them. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to see Dua a part of the lineup. I was like, oh, yes, Dua Lipa, yes. I didn't know that. Let me unstream their songs. I'm pretty sure it was Mamamoo. I am pretty sure. Unstream. Unstream my song. Say you'll love me again. They did it for a backdrop. Ew. I thought they did it for like a skit. I know in Korea they had SNL. And I figured it was like, okay, they probably did a stupid skit on SNL and they probably didn't have any thing. But I think they did it a couple times now. And they apologized both times and people were like, well, you should have just not done it the second time. Oh yeah, okay, I think that was the one that I saw. And then they apologized. There was a similar thing with Red Velvet, but it wasn't like they didn't do blackface. It was just one of the members kind of did a black accent when they were talking about. I guess they were at a variety show and they were she was talking, since she's Canadian, she was kind of being a little bit like kind of showing the difference between how a white girl talks and how a black girl talks, which is really kind of problematic. And she did that whole thing of like, girl, blah, blah, and she had like the sassy, the black accent sort of thing, and she got into trouble for that. But I like Red Velvet as a whole, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, one of the members may have said, or you know, been a little ignorant. Something needs to change for the people of color representation over there. Do you think it will ever? It's one of those things where Korea as a whole is a very homogenous country, so they do have foreigners who work and live there, but it's one of those things where the society itself, it's like a huge percentage is just Korean. So it's one of those things where you wouldn't want to necessarily force representation in a country that isn't diverse to begin with. You know what I mean? If anything, I do think there's still kind of a problem with colorism. And what I mean by that is that their ideal of beauty is still like pale skin sort of vibes, and there's still a little bit of that thing of like, if you're more dark skinned, like they still have that thing of like whitening products and stuff like that. And sometimes even like with K-pop groups, I know EXO, some of EXO's old interviews and stuff got a little bit of flack because in some interviews they were talking negatively about one of their members that had darker skin, and they were like low-key calling him black, or they were like implying that he was dirty and stuff like that. But they were really young at the time, and even when it comes to fan sites of K-pop idols, they end up like kind of whitewashing the idols. Sometimes even the companies kind of apply makeup that is kind of slightly, you know, shades that are slightly lighter than the person's skin tone. I do think that some of the more prominent artists, like BTS, for example, they're kind of changing that. Like, I've noticed that a few years back, they started like really painting their faces with their actual foundation colors and stuff like that, which sounds silly, but all of them have, even though they're all Korean, they do all have different complexions, and it's beautiful to see the difference in all of them, rather than the concept that they had like a few years ago where it was kind of like whitewashy. So, you know, it is nice to see that evolution from them. And they are a really good example of, like, they're a group that they covered a song once that had the N-word in it, and they didn't think anything of it because they're Korean, right? And English is not even their first language. And they ended up doing a series where, because they have origins in hip-hop, they ended up doing a series in the United States where they actually met with a lot of people of color, and they actually talked about the history of hip hop, and they actually learned from like I think it was New York, if I'm not mistaken, New York natives and stuff like that. And they either New York or LA. I don't know exactly. I haven't watched that series. They basically did like a reality show where they went to the US, they did like a free show, and they worked with a lot of Jennifer Lopez should have joined that show. A lot of the fans, I haven't seen that show, but a lot of the fans say that it seemed like it was a really good learning experience from them, and they actually learned from the origins. Since, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're interested in K-pop, if you're interested in hip hop, you should go to the source. Like, your ideal of hip hop shouldn't be like Eminem. You know what I mean? Not, you know, not discrediting his talent or anything like that, but I do think that you should be aware of the origins of whatever thing you're interested in, and I do admire them for that. And they have expressed regret multiple times, and they have alluded to a lot of like growth that they've done, a lot of awareness when it comes to other people's cultures, and they've become way more sensitive about stuff like that, and they've become more aware. They've even been aware to kind of say stuff like that was a little bit gender inclusive. So a lot of the times those groups are put in a situation where they're like, you have a lot of girls that look up to you and stuff like that, and they make it a point to say like girls and boys and stuff like that, just little things to make things more inclusive. And they had a theme of self-love in their album, and they said that, you know, and I remember one of the phrases that one of them said in an interview. They said, self-love isn't just love between a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or it's love within yourself. And they were kind of talking about how it wasn't necessarily about romantic love, and it was love within yourself. And how love isn't necessarily romantic either, and stuff like that. So yeah. Hi, Sly. How's it going? That explains why pale white artists get success over there. Yeah, exactly. And if you notice a lot of like, if they happen to have things where they talk about like the most beautiful woman or the most beautiful man and stuff like that, they usually tend to be paler. Carly Rae Jepsen manages to book shows with ease. Like in Asian territories. Did you get an ad about like baby stuff, Sly? That's funny. It also intertwines with the cutesy girl next door look too. If you think about it, Britney got shipped to like Singapore or something to do a showcase before her album was even out, because she had that girl next door white woman sort of thing that appealed in that market as well. Especially as her first music video was like a schoolgirl concept and stuff like that. So obviously different cultures, and I'm not here to to criticize or to even comment on it. I'm just, you know, sort of talking about things that I've seen and some things that I'm aware of and some things that I know of from following K-pop alone, you know? Camping with your Pokemon, playing together, cooking together, these are all great ways to become closer with your Pokemon. You're welcome to stop by my camp too if you'd like. No thanks. Wait, should I? So that I get like teleported here or something? Carly passing as early 20s when she's 34. She does. I always forget about how young she, about how she's not super young. And that's not shade. Because I always I look at her and I'm like, yeah, she's like my age or younger. And I never associate her with like 30s. Yeah, no. Oh my god, I want you. Be mine. I love Pokemon Camp. I really do. I was too lazy to cook or something, but, you know. Let me fight this person. I will say something though, like, we're at a new city, or we're heading towards a new city, and it literally looks like the beginning of the game. Like, the layout is very similar. It almost looks like I'm back at the beginning of the game. So they could have done a little bit better at differentiating it. Even though there's a little bit more paths and stuff like that, it's very reminiscent of the beginning of the game. I'm doing special training while camping to train my Pokemon. The finishing touch will be a battle with you. Aww, Pokemon breeder Jamie. You got your breakfast? Nice. What are you eating for breakfast? What is this, Meowth? Hello? Pokemon, let me say it. Okay, you okay, Sly? Is everything okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you need water? Burn that Meowth with fire. You guys are so mean. It is different, but you know, different isn't always bad, right? You're so mean. Burn it with fire? Well, I am technically burning it with fire. Well, I did burn it with fire. Oh, fuck. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. I technically did kill it with fire, but you know. Oh yeah, I got a Diglett and I named it TLC. Because when it evolves, it's a trio, and I thought, what better trio than TLC? Yes, Destiny's Child is also a thing, but I already have a Beyonce, so I didn't want to have like a Pokemon named Beyonce and then one called Destiny's Child. Thought that would be too much of a shady move. No, it's not the Learning Channel before anyone comes for me. I didn't name Diglett the Learning Channel. It's funny, for the longest time I didn't know what TLC stood for because we had that channel here at some point too. And I was never aware that it stood for something. I just thought it was the name of it. I never really thought that it was like, oh yeah, that's each letter stands for something, huh? Although there is a different, it also reminds me of a wrestling thing. This is probably one of the most masked things you'll ever hear me talk about. But when I used to watch WWE, there was a fight mode, I guess, in that There was a type of fight that they would do, a match, not a fight, that it was basically, it was called TLC because it was like, what did it stand for? It was like ladders, chairs. I don't know what the T stood for. I forget. But it like everything stood for something as well. It was one of the, I think it was exactly TLC. I just don't know what the T stood for. Tables. Yes. It was basically a match where they had access to like these weapons. So you could use a table, you could use a ladder, you can use a chair. Look at Sly coming through with the WWE knowledge. So yeah, TLC also I associated with that. It was a PvP event. There you go. PvP. PPV. Pay-per-view. I can't read, y'all. Send help. I was like, PvP? That's not the same thing. Pokemon strats. Stop. Yeah, I heard that's so wrong. David, go get your ears cleaned. Stop it. Stop hearing things wrong. Or pay attention, maybe. Or read the captions. I have a lot of options for you. Orange juice, mini omelets, bacon, sausage, biscuit. Damn, you're treating yourself, honey. Not like wrestling guys got me discovering myself. Oh. That is very true, Sly. I can definitely relate with you on that. I was sure my Pokemon were in top condition. Oh, honey, we all think we're tops, and then life wakes us up to a different reality. Why is David hearing me wrong? Yeah, not you. Not hearing you wrong, just me. You're not talking. You're chatting, like you're typing. I swear, when the two of you get together in chat, it's like chaos. It's like pure and just full chaos. Okay, let me get a level 15 on here. Although that's like a bug type. That's probably why I didn't add any. Ooh, 4 minutes. We only have 4 minutes to save the world. Grab a boy, grab a girl. Let me finish building my team, I guess. Let's put Jack, and then I'll put, no, we already have a fire type. We'll put Hillary Duff on the team. Back to Pokemon. What did you guys think? Were there any highlights for you on that? For me, that comic book type game was really interesting to me. I like that aesthetic for some reason. I don't really read comics, but that comic book aesthetic looked really nice. I did like the one that was the merge of multiple games. I thought it was gonna be like Dreams, though. I thought it was gonna be kind of like Game Maker. The way that he talked about it sounded like people were gonna make games and that was an engine, but that wasn't really it. It just seemed like they were like remixing genres and then the games kind of made themselves. At least that's what it looked like, which for me is good because I don't have the creativity or the patience to actually go through and make a whole ass game. But you know. Oh, let me fight this kid. Hi. Let's fight. What do you think? I look just like a Pikachu, right? Oh, I do want a Pikachu onesie. Why does he look so evil? Oh yeah, let me place myself where I was before. Of course he has a Pikachu. Is this good placement for the webcam? I never know. With the green screen, I never know. I've thought of having like an overlay, but I'm a hole. I feel like the point of the green screen is to not have an overlay. So I don't know. The code is ALRLRL. What? Stop spamming. Don't spam. That was most likely a reference that I missed, but you know, it's fine. That just reminds me of like those old school cheat codes. Which brings me to the new dashboard and how I hate that you need to put in some sort of like cheat code in order to access like more options or something. I was like, don't be cute with me, just give me the fucking settings. Like, there are just certain things where I just want the settings there. I don't want to have to put in like a code and like have it in a secret like window of sorts. Ma'am? What? Oh fuck. I don't have to worry about it much except for main highlights? What? Confusion. How are you, Vicky? It's very nice to see you. You came in right at the end of that presentation. We were watching Nintendo's Indie World presentation thing. Basically showing off some indie titles that are coming to Nintendo Switch next year. Which I liked, but that didn't seem to be the general consensus of the chat. But it's good. It's good to have differing opinions. Wait, no, don't follow me. It sure is. For making highlights. I don't know. I just don't like the idea that some settings are hidden behind like a random cheat code that I have to put in. I would rather all of it be just available to me. I can't see what that Pokemon is. Oh, hi. Electric. That is not the most creative Pokemon name. Yeah, for the dashboard. Why is my keyboard acting up so much in my tablet? I don't know. Twitch has worms for brains. I don't think it's I don't think it was like a dumb thing. I just think it was like them thinking they were doing something cute. But it's like, it's one thing if it's something random or something unnecessary, but I feel like when it comes to settings, I feel like that shouldn't be like a separate window, or that shouldn't be like a hidden thing. You know what I mean? They probably just thought they were like doing something cute. You know what I mean? But I feel like I don't think they changed it though. Like, people were kind of complaining about it on social media, and they didn't really like do anything about it. Sounds pretty, you know, sounds like the standard Twitch thing, right? I'm gonna get rid of that sub goal. By the way, just figured I would do that because it doesn't really add anything to the stream. If people want to sub, they will sub. They're not gonna sub because I have a sub goal on screen. It stores electricity in its fur. It gives off sparks from all over its body in seasons when the air is dry. Let's give it a nickname. Okay, it's a male electric. We already have Hillary. I already have Hillary. Yes, Hillary Duff is Pikachu because of Sparks. I need a male one. Spanx? No. A celebrity name. Not Spanx. Your mind. I feel like your mind, Sly. Your mind is going somewhere else. I'm thinking Spanx like the item. I don't have Taylor. Oh, it is a male electric. Miranda. Why was I gonna say Miranda? Miranda Crossgrove. Legend. Where? Looking for them. Where? Where are the legends? That code was good, I said earlier. I don't know what code you were talking about. So, is it good? You stand Nicole Squirtsenberger. Squirtsenberger. I hate you. Nicole Squirtsenberger. Her name is not hard to spell at all. I really don't understand why people have such a hard time. Not spelling, like pronouncing. People just see a lot of letters and they panic. Like I do not get it. I can't with you though. I don't know what to name it. It's hard with male celebrities. Should I just drop the concept of gender and just name everyone after legends and people that I care about anyway? Or not care about, but like people that fit with that Pokemon. And just drop the concept of gender from now on. I'll name it Miranda. Because Miranda Cosgrove doesn't fit here. What is gender? Good answer. Predictable. But I do hate the focus of gender with Pokemon like it's a Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, but it's like... some of them, it makes sense. I actually have to catch like a female... bee Pokemon because I forgot that you guys told me that the male one can't evolve into the queen bee and I only have a male one, so I have to get a female one for a combi. But other than that, a lot of Pokemon doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know if it's stats wise or whatever. But I know some people only catch like male Pokemon, for example, or stuff like that. I don't really understand. I don't know if it has to do with breeding either. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, this one is electric, so we're adding it to the party because it's only 14. So we're adding it to the party. How certain genders have lipstick too. I haven't seen any gender differences when it comes to like appearance wise. Well, Pikachu's this is a female Pikachu because she has a heart in her tail. No surprise they're stuck to gender norms with clothing too. Yeah. It's no surprise. It's definitely no surprise. Maybe the next installment will... Maybe the next installment will change some things. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's not like we can't change this one, and I don't think they intend on necessarily patching it either. They did change some things. They just didn't change enough, I guess. But, you know, if people make enough noise about it, they can always change it for next time. Or even for this time, you never know. They could patch things in. Although with like Fire Emblem, for example, people have asked for certain characters to be at least bi. Because it makes sense with like the way that the character talks to you, no matter what your gender is. Actually, where do you guys fall on that discussion with Fire Emblem? So basically, Fire Emblem is this game where, at least in the latest game, I don't know how it is for every game on that franchise, but in the latest game, you're basically a professor, and you basically can date or get closer to your students, but it's not creepy because you can only like marry them and stuff like that after there's a time jump in the game. So, and the game alludes that you're around the same age because they all are like, you're our teacher, like you look like you could be our friend, sort of thing. So it's not like a creepy thing of like you're like dating your student, whatever. But basically, at the end of the game, you're usually able to like have a happy ending with a character. That sounds dirty. It's not. And there's only a select few. For example, if you play as a male character, I think you can end up with any female character and only like a couple of male characters. And not all of them end up with marriage anyway or anything like that. And there's kind of a discussion, like some people say that some characters, it makes sense for them to be straight, whatever that means. Some people are in the camp of like, you know, whatever character you choose to get close to, you should be able to get close to, and like it would even be easier for development's sake because the dialogue would be the same no matter what gender your character is. And I kind of fall more on that camp of, it shouldn't matter what gender my character is. I feel like you know what I mean? Like the interactions, it would be cute if the interactions would be the same no matter what gender my character is. Because they can make it neutral by referring to your character as teacher or professor. They usually refer to you as professor to avoid saying your name, to avoid gendered terms. So I feel like it just seems like it's another hurdle that they could easily avoid by just having the same dialogue for all the characters no matter what gender they are, which some characters kind of do that. Some characters in Fire Emblem kind of talk to you in the same way no matter if you're a male or a female character. So for some people it's confusing how at least those characters aren't bisexual, right? Nintendo generally are shit with representation. They are getting better, but it's like baby steps. It's very, I agree with you. They're still very slow. Although with gaming generally, it is a very, very slow. You can more easily and rapidly find that representation within indie titles. It's not really, I feel like it's still not quite normalized for your everyday AAA title to have gender options that include like male, female, other, right? Not a lot of games still to this day have a thing where you can personalize your character and you can use clothing art items from male and female categories. So it's still like, hopefully as you know, we move on to a new decade, hopefully that will start to change. That would be very lovely. Excuse me. Yeah, some people So, some people say that it's like forcing it. Like, don't force the characters to be gay just for them to be gay. Like, a character should just be straight for, you know, because they're straight. But I feel like that's just some people being like, oh, that character is more masculine, therefore he shouldn't be gay, or therefore it makes sense for him to not be gay. That's kind of how I read it when people say like, oh, that character, it doesn't make sense for that character to be gay. Like, what does that mean? They don't necessarily talk about how much they like women. Although there's one character that always talks about how much they like women. That would make sense for that character to just be straight. So, you know. Lack of people of color. Yes. That is also true. Queer representation, erase trans people despite being canon. Yeah, with Birdo. Yeah, Birdo was exactly the example that I thought of immediately as you said that. Just go with the Stardew approach. It's a game and it's fantasy. Yeah, you can date any character in Stardew, right? Again, indie. You know what I mean? I like both Stardew Valley approach and Dragon Age, yes. The way they've erased, yeah, read that. Then that's making straight the norm. That's the issue. They're still seeing being homosexual as a different thing. It's not even as a different thing. It's for them. It's like there's always, every time there's a conversation about representation, there's an additional talk about like, let's not force characters to be gay, or let's not. It shouldn't be forced. People shouldn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, they think that this conversation comes from people just wanting representation for representation's sake. And to that I say, is that a bad thing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, by your standards, every character is straight by default, and every character is forced to be straight by that logic. Yeah, exactly what Passion is saying. They might listen if we get at their office, call their manager. No, stop. That makes no sense. Pump Kaboo. Ooh. Okay, this is a fierce one. The light that streams out from the holes in the pumpkin can hypnotize and control the people and Pokemon that see it. Okay, a pumpkin Pokemon. I'm gonna need your help, y'all. A pumpkin ghost Pokemon. I need one of the mons. Bugaboo? No. The celebrity names, Sly. Bugaboo is the name of the song. Let's hypnotize stupid people. Oh my god. Be my boo, be my boo. A part of me kind of wants to name it after someone in Red Velvet because of their song Peekaboo. Esther Dean. I can do that. Why? Wait, is she the one that sings Be My Boo, Be My Boo? In that demo? Is that how you spell her name? Be my boo, be my boo, be my sweetie, be my honey tonight. Be my boo, be my boo. Let me just make sure that I'm spelling her name right. Okay, what's wrong with my... Okay, there we go. I think that's spelled right. Passion just typed it out. I know, but that could have... I just like to double check. What's wrong with double checking? It's not the first time someone types something out and it's misspelled. Miss Sly. You would know about that. Ghost Grass. Ooh, that's a good combo. Stop. Passion, that tripped me the fuck out. I looked at chat and I was like, wait, was Passion the one that said it? I was like, wait, did I just say it was Sly and when it was Passion? I was so confused. Because it was at the exact same placement too. Like last time I looked at chat, it was at the exact same placement. I was like, wait, what happened? Did I just misread that? My wig. But yeah, I would like Nintendo. I would like for Nintendo to do better for sure. Oh, Wooloo. I would definitely like for Nintendo to do better. And to, you know, I would like for gaming generally to be better. There's still kind of an outcry every time the main character of a game is black, or like when the main character happens to be a person of color. There's still like in certain games like not proper representation of them. So like even if they're there, they're not well represented, if that makes sense. So it's still, I feel like gaming for some godforsaken reason is still like a little behind, very behind as a medium. I think it is because the demographic for gaming is they're afraid of pissing off that main that core typical gaming audience that's like the straight white bro. So that's why, you know, I assume that's kind of a fear, and in some cases I would assume it's like for Nintendo, because they're like a family console, they probably still associate a gay character with it being a bad thing, or with it being like a non-family conversation, or you know what I mean? Because there's still that thing of like, it seems like in our society it's totally fine for Brenda to say like among her friends that her son that's in like primary school that he has a girlfriend or stuff like that, but it's not okay to talk about sexuality when it comes to like, you know, gay people, and when it comes to identity and stuff like that. So you know, it's still a very weird area. Yeah, voiced by white people, etc. There's always someone not satisfied. Check IGN. I feel like that's unfortunately the excuse that they use, though. It's like they're like, when a game doesn't have enough representation, I feel like the go-to easy way out of it is for a developer to be like, oh, you know, someone is always gonna be not satisfied about it, or there's always gonna be someone not happy about it. And I feel like that's such a shitty cop-out. Like, let's just be real. You don't want to piss off like that straight white bro audience for some reason, you know? And the thing is, like, a lot of games aren't even aimed for that audience. So I don't know why they're so afraid of, like, it's like they just assume that a straight white boy is gonna play anything because it's a video game. Does that make sense? Bye, David. Thank you so much for coming. They're allowed to push an agenda for their 8-year-old having a girlfriend, but discussing that some boys date boys is too much. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I believe in that, but it is still, like, that conversation is still happening, unfortunately. Where it's, like, too much for a teacher to be gay and for them to know, and it's too much for them having to explain to their kid about, like, what being gay is and stuff like that. But it's not too much to be like, how's your girlfriend? Oh, is that your girlfriend? Did you make a lot of friends? And for them to, like, in family gatherings having those discussions of, like, oh, he's a ladies' man. He has so many girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, suddenly that's not an issue, right? I didn't know, though, that Animal Crossing, like, all the clothing items were, like, gender neutral. I love that. Those poor, straight, white, 50-year-old... No, it's not... Their target demographic is not the 50-year-olds. Their target is usually, like, the college... The college guys. The ones that are spending money on video games and, you know, not on their future sort of thing. It's usually, like, younger people, basically. Although, don't praise them too much. This is the first Assassin's Creed with skin tones. And I think it's the first Assassin's Creed where you can have a romantic relationship with any character, regardless of gender. Animal Crossing, you head ass. What did I say? Wait, what did I say? Did I not say Animal Crossing? Oh, Assassin's Creed. Oh! Because I think this was also the first Assassin's Creed that had, like, a non-white person or something. Anyway, maybe you should just type out the entire name instead of, you know... I'm just gonna say it's your fault entirely for that. I know, I just know that there's some of them who cry foul when there's some representation in game. Yeah, I get it. I don't even think it's an age thing. I just think it's like, there's still... It's like every company wants to target the typical GTA audience sort of thing. Like the women-hating, low-key, high-key racist. You know what I mean? It's like for some reason these companies target that audience. For the most part. You have to tan constantly to keep the darker skin tone, or get better taste in games to recognize AC as Animal Crossing. I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. So it's not even a matter of taste. Although I don't really care about Animal Crossing generally. Do you think the industry needs to work on getting black people voicing black characters? It's a joke at this point. Is it like a reoccurring issue by now? That is weird. I honestly, I thought it was like, it maybe happened a couple times. That is bad. That is really bad. Why would you have a black character and then have a white person voice it? Do they have that thing of like, oh, you know, we just audition everyone because we want to be inclusive, so we audition everyone and the best voice gets the part regardless of who they are, because it's just their voice sort of thing? It's not as if the excuse of there being no talent out there is an actual excuse, yeah. But is that usually the narrative? Like, them claiming that, oh yeah, we just auditioned anyone, and whoever had the best voice for the character got it, no matter what their skin tone was. Probably the case of gay / trans people being played by straight men / the opposite gender. It's, yeah, the talent. Yeah, exactly. Well, to point me where Nick Robinson's talent is in Love, Simon, and I'll excuse it, I didn't see any of it. People were saying that I haven't seen that movie yet, but people were saying that the person who played his friend should have been the main character because he was more talented, I guess, or something like that. I think it was that guy that was on Drag Race that one time, right? He was a guest. That character was femme-shamed in the film, of course. I think I follow him on Instagram. Side note. I'll get you the person's name, possibly. That's probably an easier. The love interest? I don't know. I don't even know at this point. Let me find... What is his name? Is it Kian? No, his name is not Kian. What's his name? Why do I follow him on Instagram and I don't know his name? Let me try to find... Need to go back to work, will lurk. Sounds good. Have a good day at work. Vicky, thank you so much for dropping the lurk and for being with us today. Oh, it is. Oh, Kian. There you go. Yeah, that's the one. I love that you found that before me. So it was Kian, but I was probably spelling it completely wrong. I've seen some people say that he should have been the main character. There's one of the characters who's femme-shamed through and through, who deserved to be the main character. I'm not that gay, Simon. Ooh. Why do I feel like a lot of those like highly praised movies for LGBT people that are like so highly praised, why do I feel like they're just not the best representation, yet people always like clamor to them, even when it comes to like having like straight actors play gay roles and like the femme shaming and stuff like that? I just think it's very unfortunate, because you would think that like if a movie about like a gay storyline came out in 2019 or even 2018, I guess, it would be more like inclusive, or it would be better represented. I don't know. There's a dream sequence of him dancing around rainbows to Whitney and surrounding by queer icon posters, which ends with "I'm not that gay." Oof. That is shitty. That is a very shitty thing to say. I did say it when I first came out, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was one of those things where I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. It was just one of those things that kind of flew out of my mouth as I was like coming out, and as you know, the vibe wasn't the best in the room. You know, the It wasn't the best. Oh my god, they're all coming for me. It wasn't the best vibes in the room, so it was more kind of like me deflecting, like, hey, just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I'm, you know, that kind of gay. Don't worry about it. And then like a couple years later, I buy like a wig and stuff like that. Oh my god, oh, why was I freaking out about a Pikachu? I already have one. It wasn't even me. I don't even... Well, I do think that I had a thing before coming out where I kind of resented more the femme side of gay culture. Because in my head, I thought it was making it harder for me to be accepted, even though I was like them. But in my head, because I didn't even express that femininity, or because I didn't even have the room to acknowledge that in me, or to even express it, or to be that way, I was like, every time I saw someone being overly flamboyant, I was like, this is why, you know, it's gonna be so hard for me to come out, because they're just so annoying, they're so over the top, and people, you know, and then like, if I come out, people are gonna compare me to them, and people, you know, like I had so much of that, and I don't remember specifically when I kind of let go of that. I don't know if it was when I started watching Drag Race. I don't know if it was before that. I don't really have. It's funny because I don't really have a particular memory of me, like specifically kind of shedding that kind of mindset. It was probably. Oh, no! I saw Pokemon I wanted. This bitch. It helped people see themselves represented in cinema, which is great, but I just don't know if we need to settle with shitty family-friendly films before we get some excellence with decent representation casting. Yeah. I mean, that is kind of a thing, though. Like, people settle for the bare minimum sort of thing. You know, people... I've seen that sort of thing where, like, when someone complains about something in a movie, they're like, just be glad that you even got representation. Or, like, just be glad you even got a movie. And it's like, well, just because I got it doesn't mean... You know what I mean? It's like... It's kind of like when they... It's the same type of people that are like, just be happy that people even want to use the LGBTQIA tag as an ally. Just even be glad that there's an ally. Stop driving them away from our tag. You know what I mean? It's like, well, okay, then just because they're accepting or just because they show support, like, it means that I should allow them to do it in their own terms and however they want and however they like. To me, it's a very similar conversation where there's a portion of people in the community that are like, just be grateful that we get, you know, breadcrumbs sort of thing. Dang, Bradley. I can't deal with the love Simons out there. Yeah. I mean, I know you're a stan, but there is also something to be said about the Call Me By Your Name stans that kind of take that and they don't really recognize a problem with, you know, straight men being the representatives or like being the voice for the community, or like they don't kind of see that. You know, you probably see that more than others, but you know, I own up to all the problems in Call Me By Your Name. Yeah, I haven't seen either. There's a part of me that really wants to see them, and because it is important to see ourselves in any shape or form. It is good to see ourselves in, like, being represented, but it's also important for people to recognize the problems that exist in those films and in those things. I remember there was at some point the conversation of like, well, a lot of straight love stories or a lot of straight romance movies are shitty, so, you know, just be happy that you're having the same experience as us. And that was kind of like a cute thing of like, okay, so we're like them, you know what I mean? Like, we also get shitty romantic movies. But you know, but there's also plenty of I'm assuming there's other great romance movies that are straight centric, and where's that for us? You know what I mean? Oh, god damn it. Why did you have to do that? That's cheating. Only I'm allowed to heal. It is a very nuanced thing, though. It is a very nuanced thing, because I feel like a lot of people stan a lot of things and people, and on the surface you can just be like, why do you stan? But sometimes it's like the person can very easily recognize the problems with standing that person, but having their own excuses and stuff like that. And obviously every case is different. There's just certain cases that for me is like, well, I don't know if that's good enough of an excuse. Like, whatever works for you, honey. Simon also didn't put Mariah on his Christmas playlist. Betrayal? How do you have a Christmas playlist and not have Mariah on it? I'm sorry, are you fucking me? This is the second time I get interrupted. No! I'm leaving this battle. I just wanna... Can I get this Meowth? Guys, it's the ugly Meowth. That's like, Mariah's song is literally the first song I think of. Like, Christmas, Mariah. Like, the first song on my playlist. Your Christmas music box. Oh, you have a music box? That's cute. Even that has Mariah? That's funny. See, there's no excuse. I love how that's a problem though for you. Like, Simon didn't put Mariah on his playlist. Such a problematic movie. Although, another interesting nuance within that is that I feel like, well, it's not even that I feel like it, it's just the reality. A queer movie, in order for a queer movie to be mainstream, I feel like they feel the pressure for it to be consumable by anyone, if that makes sense. So, you know, oh, I killed it. I accidentally killed it! Fergie, you had one job. I just wanted that item. She doesn't have a single job now. Ooh! Ooh! Passion! Yes, I just killed it, Sly. It's fine. Stream double Duchess. How come every time they come around my London Bridge? Is that the one? London? That's the Duchess. Okay, what's the double Duchess? Why is there a double Duchess? Is that a deluxe version? 2016? Oh. Okay, we love a recycled name. Recycled era of sorts. We'll explore it. We'll get into it eventually. How come every time I go on my London Bridge? I'm gonna get rid of Astonish. I'm watching you disappear. Does anybody know how to stop the streamer from singing? Sorry, you can't. You can't do that. That's a part of my DNA. The DNA. Part of my DNA. Sorry. Listen, don't shame my singing. I'm smacking my monitor. Listen. One day, people will be paying to go to my concerts, and you will be wishing that I granted you a front row ticket. And I won't. Because I will remember this moment. Easy. You just mute the stream. All 2 attendees will enjoy that show. Hey. Don't say that. I'm not gonna flop. I'm not gonna flop, okay? It's fine. Well, famous last words. I feel like everybody says that. Everybody that's about to flop says that. I'm not gonna flop, I promise. Nicole. Oh no, this is mean. Nicole right before they cancel. Her name is Nicole. I'm not gonna flop, I promise. Oh, that's mean. Oh, that's mean. Squirtumburger. Was that what Wendy said? Wendy is so annoying. I love her, but she's so annoying. Schursingburger. I can't stand her. Oh, Wendy. I've been watching her more and more for some reason. Sometimes even topics that I don't care about, I'm like, sure, it's Wendy, let me watch. Like, I don't know when that started for me. I used to not like her at all. I kind of put her in the category of like Perez Hilton sort of thing. Wendy, I'm so sorry, sweetie. No, but you know, I kind of put her in that category of like mean gossip queen sort of thing. But then like kind of as I watched more of her stuff, I kind of, I don't know, I think I know hers comes from more of a place of being playful and just being silly and goofy, while obviously Perez Hilton and others of the sort come from a place of like actually being an asshole and being and like, you know, sabotaging Bionic and stuff like that. Allegedly. Wendy doesn't stalk caught celebs and purposefully sabotages a career. Yeah. No, yeah, I know. But you know, a part of me kind of grouped all of that in. Out as in their sexuality. Oh, I see. Yeah, oh, okay, so stalk, out, call celebs, racial slur. Okay, got it. Yeah, I kind of grouped, I used to be more, I used to be kind of a all or nothing kind of person. So for me, I kind of grouped everybody that did gossip to a certain degree I kind of grouped them in my head as like, oh, they're all the same. Like, they're all assholes and they're like criticizing people for no reason and they're being mean and all that stuff. And then, like, as I guess I matured, I kind of found the playfulness in Wendy's delivery and stuff like that kind of warmed me up to her. If that makes sense. Who did he out? A wild poke kid. Oh. Oh my god, I want you. That little milcery, whatever that is, I like it. It's cute. That is very shitty. And nowadays I can recognize that. For me, one of the weirdest choices that I've seen in pop music was Britney giving that man, like, a slot, like, a lot of visibility through the circus opening skit. I was like, why? Good question, Sly. I don't know either. Like, he was awful to her in the media and stuff like that. Like, why would she... Well, why would her or her team want to, one, associate themselves with him, and two, you know, give him that visibility or whatever. You know what I mean? Although I feel like maybe it was out of like, let's keep him on our good side, because PCD also posed with him backstage at Britney's show. So, you know, Clay Aiken, Lance Bass, Riken, that last name I can't pronounce, Neil Patrick Harris, Anderson Cooper, Kevin Spacey. Wait, didn't Kevin Spacey out himself? Because he was being accused of something and he said, like, that he's gay to kind of get away with it, or to get out of, to kind of deflect from the attention he was getting. Jodie Foster, Queen Latifah, Matt Dallas, Jonathan Bennett. Also recently claimed that 23-year-old Prince Azim, who is the son of Sultan, can't pronounce that, is gay. Their new LGBTQIA plus law states that those found guilty of male and female homosexuality or adultery could now be stoned to death. Jesus Christ. The same interview published in 2012, he outed Cooper. He claimed that Spacey and Jodie Foster were also not straight. Oh. Well, that's not necessarily outing. Like, that was probably just him being like an asshole. Like, oh, they're not straight, sort of thing, because everybody sort of speculates. And Wendy is sort of guilty of that. Like, I don't like sometimes when those clips surface on social media where they're like, oh, she knew whatever. It's like, well, that could, like, that's low-key outing them, though. Like, they could have just gone to her show and wanting to, like, just go to her show, but, like, sometimes she tries to dig the information out of them, and she just has a look like trying to get, like, them to say, like, oh, they're gay or whatever. Like, I don't like when those clips surface on social media and they were like, oh, she knew, like, whatever, and I was like, maybe they didn't want it to, like, come across or whatever. But, you know, slightly different. Like, I feel like in that situation you could easily just, like, pretend that you're not aware of what's going on, regardless of how uncomfortable that situation is. Because I feel like all of us have been in that situation once or twice before where, like, in a group of friends, there's an asshole that kind of tries to get that out of you or whatever. So, I'm not defending her by saying that, but, you know, at least it's not her straight up saying, like, oh, that person is gay. I never enjoy how much of our community encourages outing or making out people. Or making out that people are queer. Yeah, I went on a rant one time, actually a couple times possibly, about Shawn Mendes and how much our community wants to claim him as one of ours, to the point where they like constantly harass him and or constantly every time he does something that's not like 100% mask, they always jump to the conclusion like, oh, he's her beard, he's this, he's that, or you know, like I don't like the whole Shawn Mendes meme. I really don't, because he has fully come around to say that like he's not, and he's talked about, like, kind of weirdly enough, I felt like when he did an interview where it was like he said he would have like panic attacks over people thinking that he might be gay, that to the point where he would always want to be seen publicly with a woman. I thought, like, I can see people seeing this as problematic, but that even wasn't enough for them to stop talking about him in that way. I feel like that even fueled it more, and I was like, what does he have to do? It's like these people are waiting for him to come out, and maybe it's just something that maybe he hasn't seen that in himself yet, or maybe he doesn't want to say it publicly. So it's like, why are people trying to force this narrative onto him? It's exhausting. It's something that I really, really don't like about it. About like about gay Twitter. With that being said, ooh, I kind of want to have like a squad of Eevees and everyone be a different like evolution. How many available evolutions are on Pokemon Shield? Because if there's like 6 of them, I feel like we could name them after the Pussycat Dolls. If there's 7, I can add Robin. I can. You asshole. Rude. Rude. How dare. How dare. I know all of their names. This is kind of not what I wanted. Wait. Maybe I just need to look up. This is so annoying. Nicole, Nadine, no. Sarah, no. Nicola, no. Kimberly, Cheryl, leave my stream right now. I will not allow this kind of I will not allow this kind of bullying. Pokemon Shield. I guess I'll look up Pokédex or something. Not Cheryl. God. Anything but Cheryl. I'm trying to look up how many evolutions there are on Pokemon Shield. Can I please get a list or something? I assume all of them are available, but I want to make sure because there might be some that aren't. Can you please? Okay, there's Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like Girls' Generation. That's Girls' Generation. I kind of stan. Although very, problematic because there's technically 8 of them. One of them was kicked out / quit. So I feel like if the stands were to ever watch me, they would kill me. It's not like there's a lot of girl groups with 9 members. And I don't like Twice that much, so I don't want to name them after Twice. I wasn't expecting them to be 9. So this one, I think I have a Firestone. This one could be a Flareon. So I don't know. I don't know. All the Sugar Babes members. Old and new. God. I mean, we don't have to do a girl group, I guess. But it would make sense for Eevees to be like a girl group. But there's 9 of them, though. Why couldn't PCD be 9? Why couldn't they be 9 members, I don't know what to name a Flareon. Okay, we'll do that later, I guess. Sugar Babes plus PCD. I feel like that wouldn't make it easier for people to distinguish who's PCD and who's Sugar Babes, because, not that people wouldn't know PCD's entirety of their entire roster, obviously. The public can't anyway. Don't drag my girls. Don't you drag my girls. Why is this area so big? Jesus Christ. Bulu, where do you think you're going? Oh, is this Hop? Oh, ow. I just got ran over. Ma, are you okay? I don't know what this accent is. You took that tackle head on. Huh? You must be one of those gym challengers, right? Yes, indeed. Ah, I thought so. I saw you at the opening ceremony. My name is Milo. Why is that Twink but a Bara version? Bara? I'm a gym leader and a rather partial to grass-type Pokemon. I've been itching to see just how good the champion-endorsed gym challengers are. Let me find you let me find out at the gym stadium. Just head on through the sprout and you'll run right into my stadium. See you there. That person confuses me. Be right back. Fan service. I don't think it's fan service. It's a Pokemon game. They're not trying to actively sexualize any characters. Come on now. Back to the stadium with you two. We can't keep the gym challengers waiting. Bah. I think Milo is cute. Oh god, there's Hop over there. Remember when I said I missed him? You have zero taste in men. What do you mean? I'm not like sexualizing him, I just think he's cute. How does that mean I have zero taste? Hi, Hapita. Is it because he ain't white? What? I'm just stating. No. No. I mean, to be fair, I'm not really picky when it comes to guys. Hi, how are you, Apita? We can tell. You're making it sound like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. How is it a bad thing that I'm not picky about guys? It just means that I'm not judgmental of their looks like some people may be. Okay. Listen. I'm not even saying that, like, I would smash or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, he's cute. He has a really cute face. I'm not here judging his body like some people maybe. Just my general taste in men? What do you mean? I have great taste in men. I don't have like a type or anything like some people may have. But it doesn't mean that I don't have taste. I don't know. I'm sipping. I'm just saying. I don't know how saying that cute gaming character made it like was the. That's where you crossed the line. Like you have no taste. I'm like what? Let's give Meowth a nickname. Yeah, sure. What would be a good name for this Meowth? Tune into our podcast. It's about, well, I'm not gonna spill anything about it. Tune into our podcast so you can hear Passion ask why someone is built the way they are. Just kidding. What are we naming this Meowth? I kind of like how ugly it is. Like the ugliness of it kind of makes it a little appealing. The way I are. Ew. Are you saying I should name this Meowth after Carrie Hilson? Just kidding. I do have already Timbaland on. What would be a good name for this Meowth? I'm gonna name it Justin. I'm just gonna name it Justin. Do I already have a Justin in my team? In my Pokemon? If I do, I'll just rename someone. It's a steel type? That was unexpected. Okay, so if we're gonna question my taste in men, let's talk about celebrity crushes then, so that you can analyze my taste in men. Be right back. Gotta go. You know what? My taste for men shouldn't be up for debate anyway. People like what they like. Trying to see if there's any different Pokemon that's gonna pop up, but I don't think there's any. Suddenly I've returned to say shut up. Wow. Why are you so obsessed with me? Literally so rude. Should request that Gotta Go song. Yes. Well, let me catch this one too. I don't know. I feel like as long as your taste in man isn't like underage, then it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, as long as it's not weird / illegal / just, you know, weird, then who cares? Oh shit. No, Miranda, you had one job. If your taste isn't rubies. I love that you're always saying BRB as if you're not glued to your screen waiting for me to say something you can jump on. You're so mean to me. Glued to this stream. Thrilling. You're such a bitch. Sounds like you are. Gripped to my seat to see this. Oh, listen. Oh my god, what's gonna happen next? I can't move. Shut up. I can't. I can't with you. Well, at least with me, you know, I'm not gonna just talk about the game. It's funny because there was one time I was also streaming Pokemon, and suddenly somehow we started talking about gun control or something. I don't know why, but I guess it was a relevant topic at the time. Someone brought it up kind of because it was like elections or something. I don't remember why. But then I remember someone was like, maybe you shouldn't talk about that. And I was like, why? I'm just, you know, I just talk about whatever we talk about. Like, it doesn't, I don't really think about the topic in the game. And they're like, oh, but you know, because Pokemon is like, not really the game to talk about. Like, gun control is not really a topic that you would talk about for like a kid's game. And I was like, but like, I need to talk about something other than the game. I'm not just gonna talk about the game. That gets pretty repetitive, just being like, oh yeah, we're catching this Pokemon, and then we're catching that Pokemon, and then we're fighting, and let me read out loud what move we're gonna do next. Like, that's kind of not what I'm about. people wanting to shoot up the Pokemon world. No. No, it was like we were just, you know, people just know that in my streams we just kind of talk about different topics. It doesn't really, you know, whatever game I'm playing or whatever we're doing isn't really a factor. Thank you so much for following. Their army? Did I read that right? I'm so sorry. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the stream. The Re-Army. Oh, of course. Of course. How's it going? Thank you for following. Yeah, it was just one of those things, Hapita, where like I was just talking about, I just talk about shit. Like I don't, you know, like I'm not really one that's like, you know, I'm doing my just chatting part of the stream where we talk about a lot of different things. And then like as I start doing a game, it's not like I'm like, okay guys, let's focus on the game sort of thing. Like I used to kind of be like that, but and I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, but I'm just saying, you know, like whatever topic just naturally happens to, I guess, upon the stream, it's the topic that we end up discussing kind of thing. And I think it was politically relevant at the time. It might have been like relevant to talk about it because there was some sort of election or something. I don't remember. Yeah, but I just remember kind of being like, who cares what game I'm playing? You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, why does it matter? Like, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just talking about things. It doesn't really matter the game that I'm playing. It's just, like, why should I not talk about something just because I'm playing Pokemon? It was like it was like an interesting interaction. I don't even remember who said it. I don't remember, but I just remember it was like a little awkward. I was like, why is this person trying to like to get me to not talk about something like a little more serious? I feel like there's room to talk about everything as long as you do it respectfully. I just think it's weird that like sometimes it's like, oh yeah, let's keep the conversation like gaming related. I guess in some places that's kind of how it is. Like, there's streams where you go into their chat and people don't really like talking about politics. They don't really like talking about any like cultural or societal issues and stuff like that. And it's not like I pull those issues out of my ass. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, if we happen to be talking about it, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, let's not talk about it because we're gaming. You know, it's just, why can't I be playing a game and talk about serious topics? Or obviously that's not gonna be the whole stream, but that's when I realized, I didn't realize it, but that was a good reminder that there's still kind of like certain things ingrained within Twitch culture, and this was last year. Like as I reflect on it now, and I remember even at the time I was like, that should do more of this. Like I should be the one, not the one, but I should be someone who is kind of pushing those boundaries of like, why not talk about this? You know, why do we need to be doing like a talk show or a podcast to talk about a more serious topic? Why can't we, you know, if I'm chatting with my community and playing a video game, why can't the video game be kind of secondary as we talk about things, you know? Why should we limit the conversation just because it's like a kid's game, or just because like, and it's funny because people didn't really have an issue with me like if I were to make like sexual jokes, or if I'm to make like a sexual comment about like a character or a joke or an innuendo or something like that, then that's not a problem, and suddenly they're laughing and it's fine to say those jokes while I'm playing a kid's game. but it's a problem when you like talk about a serious topic. Then all of a sudden it's like, but it's a kids game, Ruby. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And that's just, you know, it's silly to me. It's not like a problem. I don't find it to be like, you know, Twitch is the worst for that, but and I get it, like some people do choose to go to Twitch to kind of evade or to kind of get away from issues and to get away from reality a little bit, to just watch someone play a video game, and it is what it is. But I don't know. I hope I'm making some sort of sense. I'm trying to play this game and also talk, so it's like sometimes I'm focusing on the game and sometimes I'm focusing on what I'm saying. But I also get it, you know what I mean? Like, if you click on a Pokemon stream, I feel like you're not really expecting or prepared to all of a sudden open it and be like, and someone talk about like, I think what happened was, I think there was a school shooting in the United States at the time. One of many that had happened like around that time. I think that's what it was. And I was just sort of talking about how, you know, talking about gun control, right? And people were just like, kind of like, not people. I think it was just one person. They were like, oh, maybe you shouldn't talk about this. And I'm like, and I remember being like, why? Why is this a problem? Like, why can't we talk about this just because I'm playing a game? It was wild for me, that concept of me thinking that, you know, like, what kind of conversation do I have then? Like, do I just talk about kitty stuff? Do I talk about like, guys, we're going back to school? Am I gonna be that like person close to their 30s doing like back to school videos on YouTube? You know what I mean? Could you change your content so it suits my expectations, please? Your content isn't there as a step away from that. It's there to enforce more of an opinion on something, especially more political queer matters. Yeah, I can see that. I just never really, it was never kind of a conscious decision for me to stop being, to like be political or to, you know, to kind of be vocal about certain things. It's just like, you know, we're chatting and I do have a tendency to like either be silly and just be funny and like have a silly moment and a silly conversation, and I can just as easily, and I'm this way with people as well, like at work and stuff like that. We can very easily go from like, we're talking about like, we're just talking shit and we're saying something silly, and then all of a sudden like they're sharing like a personal story with me and we're kind of talking about like more personal and more like delicated. We're sort of talking about more like sensitive topics. I can merge the Portuguese word there. What? No, delicate. That's an English word too. Me either. It's just how I work as a person. Yeah. So for me, it was just like, yeah, I'm just, you know, whatever. We're talking about it. It's interesting how it's more acceptable almost to kind of, you know, for me to make, sometimes I was the one being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't make like a sexual joke while I'm playing Pokemon. But they didn't see a problem with that. But they saw a problem with me like being political about something, you know? If you can't stand that, then the unfollow is right there. I don't care to hear you tell me you hate it and you want me to stop talking about gender, queer issues, and overall faggotry. Oh, I was like, what? Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it. And, you know, I've I knew Mrs. Bot was gonna clock the word. Probably, yeah. I get you. I have been like that. I feel like for a while, but there was always a part of me in my head that thought like, oh, maybe you're just a little standoffish. Like maybe people don't mean it like that, or maybe maybe it's not that deep, and maybe you shouldn't talk about stuff like that because it kind of scares people away or whatever, you know? Like there's always that inner monologue at some point, which I feel like by now well, it would be a lie for me to say that it's completely gone, but I've definitely strayed more and more away from it. Like even yesterday, like I posted that video on Twitter, but I was kind of considering, I was kind of like, you know, do I post that? And I kind of messaged Passion about it. I was like, is this too much? Like, is this something that people are gonna, you know, be like against me for, or is this something that is gonna, you know, scare people away, or for people not to like me anymore, or for, you know, whatever it was, right? I still, like, at the back of my head do have that tendency to want to be liked by... Oh, I thought, I was like, what's that Pokemon? It's Meowth. And it's not like a thing that I actively do of like, oh, I want to be liked by everyone. It's just like, I'm a people pleaser. I don't like to I don't like to fight with anyone. I don't like to have anyone be in bad terms with me, because then they're like, that could lead to awkwardness, or that could lead to more drama, or things like that. Like that's how I've been for a lot of my life. So it is kind of against my nature to be that vocal and to be that opinionated about things, but I feel proud when I do stuff like that, because it's one of those things where I would rather do that and say that I have a voice and I'm using it, rather than, you know, being aware that I have a voice but I'm not using it. You know what I mean? And in a way, it's like, if you stand for something, then you're gonna attract people that stand for the same. While if you don't stand for anything, then you're just kind of, you'll just attract anyone, regardless of whether you hate what they, like, you know what I mean? I'd rather see people be outspoken about, you rather see people be more outspoken about issues than sit there and saying I'm gay on repeat. As if that's actually doing something. Interesting. I do think that people being vocal about their identity is better than people who... No, I shouldn't say that. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, I would rather someone be loud about their... I get you. I know exactly what you're talking about and all that. But I almost rather that than someone that just labeling themselves as gay or queer and just sort of having that in a corner, or having that in a bio, or having that in a thing that you don't necessarily have like immediate access to. I almost prefer to, like, if I see it in a title, to know, like, okay, this person is queer, this person is gay, whatever. And I would almost rather that, because at least that's being visible, than someone that's, you know, technically out, and technically, you know, there's some, if you read their profile, if you read their bio, or if you read their panels, they're technically out, but they're not really, like, associating themselves with the community. They may not be using the tag. They could be using the tag, but not really disclosing what they are in that, so that they kind of play to both sides. They can appeal to the straight people, and they can appeal to the gay people. You know, just being broad, right? So I can see a problem with that too, of like, you know, if that's all you'll do is just say that, you know, just be loud about your identity and not actually, you know, stand for issues or contribute to solutions to problems within that community or directed to that community, I can see where that is, or that could be a problem, right? Because if it's like, if your definition of advocacy is just saying your identity loudly, then, you know, I don't necessarily see that as, you know, being not an advocate, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not, I don't really see that as like, I don't see that making as much change as like if you're loud about like the usage of the LGBTQIA tag and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Being gay isn't a personality trait. That's true. So many people rely on that as a way of being political and pushing people away rather than being outspoken about actual issues. Or they do speak about issues but spend more time directing the attention to themselves for the sake of clout. I see. Yes. There's just so many different approaches with that. And it's hard because sometimes on the surface, this is me playing devil's advocate, right? Very delicious. I keep referencing this Pussycat Dolls video that nobody probably saw. They did like an interview and long story short, Nicole was talking about how her favorite snack is the Flaming Cheetos. And someone else in the group was saying like, ew, that's nasty. They have like food coloring. They have all these things. And she was like, it's delicious. And I just found it was so funny. I keep saying it. Their entire view. They had 5 #1 hits from their first album alone, Passion Pit. Excuse your mouth. I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. I think I sent you that interview. It was cute. I like them having fun with each other. I do. I like seeing them have a good time. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's what happens when you're me. And you just can't seem to remember things, I guess. I know you were gonna say they don't see it as clout or it's unintentional. Oh, no, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, for the purposes of discussion, I was gonna say that sometimes it can look like it's for clout, and most times when it looks like it and smells like it, it is most likely it. But I'm just saying, you know, at least they're being visible about that discussion, or they're visible about that topic, even if the attention at the end of the day is for them to look good, or it is for them to gain attention from it. And also, side note, we're all on social media to get attention, so is gaining attention through advocacy or through any other method, is that inherently bad? When you don't see sent from iPhone/Android, have you heard of a browser? You know you can use Twitter. I use Twitter on my computer. You know that's a thing, right? Scheduling tweets. Does it show up though when it's like when it was sent from browser? Especially scheduled quoted tweets. Does it say tweet deck? although, like, from that alone, I don't really see that as a bad thing. It's like, if you're gonna tweet something, you know what times your tweets will be seen the most, then it's like, why would you put something out for it to not be seen? Like, even if you have the best intentions, isn't it for do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, even if you have the best intentions and you're just trying to, like, voice your opinion, even if it's just a this tweet, I don't necessarily see that as, well, I mean, I feel like you that's a whole thing though. Like, I would rather someone retweet than just say this, because then that's saying, like, I agree with this, where you can just easily retweet and that makes it show for your timeline anyway. I feel like if you quote tweet, I feel like you should be adding something to it. And if it's a question, just reply to me, because you're making it seem passive aggressive by quote tweeting me and asking a question. It's like you're inviting your community to do an input on my thing and then therefore attacking me in a way. Not that anyone has ever done that to me, but, you know, I'm just saying generally. Then that gets likes and retweets instead, sometimes gets more popular than the original. It's so unnecessary. Yeah, that is annoying. I don't see that, like, as problematic necessarily. Because again, if it's someone that's fairly popular on social media and at the end of the day they're kind of signal boosting something, I don't necessarily see that as like, oh, that's trash, right? If anything, I'm like, that's annoying. Do you know what I mean? And this is not me trying to, like, side with anyone, because we're just being, you know, general about this. So it's not like I'm saying, like, give them the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that. But it is quite shitty. I don't necessarily know in some cases what would be the best approach to that, because what do? Do you just retweet, and then, you know, by you just retweeting, that might not get as much attention as you quote tweeting? Because sometimes that's true. If you just see a bunch of retweets, sometimes they don't really, like, you just scroll up and you're like, you don't really see them, as if it's like, if it's someone that you know and they're, like, putting something like this and you're like, oh, let's see this. And, you know, I can see how it can be different, but at the same time, it's like the only person that kind of gains from it is the person signal boosting rather than the person who posted the original tweet. So in that sense, I fully understand why it's a problem in a way. People just need to second guess how they handle tweets and providing the person more of a platform. Yeah. Do you think it's better for someone to, instead of quote tweeting and just saying this, do you think it would be better for an approach of maybe going into why they agree with that and saying, you know, like, this person made a lot of amazing points and then you kind of go into it like, they worded it in a way that I couldn't have expressed myself, go show them some love. Like, do you think that would be a better approach to that? Also, that's true. Replying to the original tweet does make it pop up on people's timelines. Welcome back, Sly. And actually giving credit when you quote them would be nice too. Ooh! Okay. Yes. Have you experienced things on Twitter where you kind of say something and you notice that, like, let's say, I actually don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, let's say I tweet something. Let's say I tweet a really good tweet, right? Which happens all the time, right? And then let's say Passion has more Twitter followers than me. Have you ever seen a situation where someone likes your tweet, they don't reply to it, they don't interact with it, but then they do their own tweet, kind of saying exactly what you said, or like rewording it, and then them getting more attention from it, and getting credit from it, or even like weird timing. Like sometimes they or you know, a situation where they might not even have like liked you or anything like that. Something like, oh, this person tweeted like minutes after I tweeted that with something eerily similar, and they got way more attention from it. Has that ever happened to you? My botted followers coming through. I actually don't know how many like followers you have or I have. I really don't know. I feel like I should know how many followers I have on Twitter. I just kind of don't, and I've become that way with Twitch too. Like for me, the follower number isn't really relevant, because it's like you could have 10,000 followers but like only 2 likes. So for me, like, I go by a tweet by tweet sort of thing. Same with Twitch, kind of like I don't really celebrate or notice my like quote unquote achievements, because I don't really see them as like, if I get a certain amount of followers, it's like, okay, but it's not like I'm getting all those viewers, you know? So it's like, in a way, I'm like, what's the point of celebrating that? I used to be very like, oh my god, I got this amount of followers, let's do a special stream to celebrate. But, you know, nowadays I've just noticed, especially on Twitch, the follower number really can be very empty. Like, someone raids you, they follow you just to follow you, but then they never come to your stream. It's like, well, you know, I've seen people tweet about things or quote things with an opinion without liking or retweeting mine, but essentially saying the same. Exact same thing quoted. Oh, that is shitty. That is shitty. I've had situations with weird timings, and you know, sometimes I give you receipts, Passion, I'm like, am I being paranoid or is this weird timing? And most times people tell me like, that's like weird timing. Like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a coincidence. Where, and you're okay with me saying this, like, and Passion has experienced that too, of like, when I'm having like a spicy moment, or like I don't know when, like, who started this thing of like when you're being opinionated or being spicy, but when I'm having like a moment where I'm like ranting, and then having sort of like people kind of subtweet that, and then you're like, wait, what are they talking about me? Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Like, I have that a lot, and I know Passion has had that too, because we've talked about this before privately. For me, it's one of the weirdest things, because I don't even know, like, sometimes it's like discrediting the fact that like other people have a lot of opinions about things and I'm not, so like as if that's like a good thing. Like, I don't think being opinionated or not opinionated, I don't think either approach is good or bad. I just think it's like, it's the way that you are. You shouldn't be something that you're not. It just feels like there's two approaches. It's like the people who want to disagree with you, but they don't really want to at you, or they don't want to, you know, whatever. And then there's the people who want to seem like, oh, I'm just such a lighthearted person, and I'm like nothing like these people that have so many opinions about so many things. And look at me, I'm not like them, you know? But they still choose to associate themselves with you, and they still, you know, sometimes when it comes to things like where they disagree on a big deal, on something that's a big deal, sometimes I'm like, why are you still following me then? You know, like, if we disagree so much, or like, if whatever we believe in is so annoying to you, if whatever I believe in is so annoying to you, or if my approach is annoying, or if I'm so serious, or too serious, or whatever it is, like, why don't you just unfollow? Like, why do you still choose to associate yourself with me, and then like make these remarks that, you know, I can read and I can be like, is this about me? You know what I mean? Using your platform to state your opinion on someone else's opinion who has less of an audience to voice it, and saying the opposite is just shitty. What do you mean? Like me quoting you? Like, if I have a bigger audience than you, like me quoting you with a differing opinion? Is that what you're, like, the type of tweet that you're saying? Because if that's the one, I agree. Because it just invites an audience, it just invites an audience of people to go after you. You don't have a massive audience. Okay, you don't have a massive audience. Someone else does. They say the opposite of your... Oh, I see. So you end up like going on your timeline and seeing a bunch of people disagreeing with you. Is that... Yeah. I see. That's interesting. I didn't really think about that perspective. That's so true. It's like them kind of, in a way, being like, you know, kind of like getting back at you or something. That's so interesting. Without even saying your name, without even mentioning you, without even like interacting. That's so interesting. That is such a power play. I feel that's such a power play. That's definitely someone that has like power / influence, and like them being like, your opinion ain't shit, without saying anything, right? Unless, I guess, you follow both people and then you can kind of put the pieces together, but, you know. Look, just take a look at that, Ruby. That's Turffield Stadium down there. It's someone who knows how to handle themselves as a business, as we can tell. Yeah. The gym leader just returned too. Milo is his name. But the place is jam-packed with challengers. It will be ages before our turn comes up. Oh, but Sonia was looking for you, Ruby. She wanted to ask you about something. She tried asking me, but I had no idea. She's up to What's Her Face Hill. You know the one. What? You don't know the hill? Well, take a look at your map if you're not sure. Fuck. Hop is like, oh, you don't know? Bitch, just look at your map. Oh, if it isn't Sonia's Yamper. He's a good boy. He'll show you the way. Well, that's convenient. Well. Ruby Stiltskin? What? Where did that come from? I love that you've been saying BRB for like 2 hours now. I don't really see like people taking them, like, I guess, handling themselves like they're a business. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. It's just like, I guess the way that they go about it can be off-putting or very like detached, I guess. I don't know. All the companies running ads are owned by Mr. Rose. Oh my god, this is Google all over again. A Wooloo escaping from Turffield Stadium and Milo leisurely chasing after it. Nothing out of the ordinary around here. Maybe it's about time we come up with some sort of souvenir based on the geoglyph. Maybe a geoglyph jam or something. What? I want to change nicknames. Because now we have 2 new friends. We have a Flareon and a Jolteon. I think I'm gonna go with my initial approach of naming them all after Pussycat dolls. So Flareon I think is gonna be Carmite because she's the original redhead. There you go. And then we're gonna change the electric type, Jolteon, we're gonna change it to Kimberly. Oh, I didn't even try to see if I could fit the whole name. Kimberly. There you go. I don't think I have any other unnamed Pokemon, do I? Justin, Carmi, yeah. Why did I sound like a ghost there? Oh. Yeah, I don't think I have any other unnamed Pokemon, fortunately. Kind of skipped on the EVs and evolutions and such. Okay, we barely made progress though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was us getting distracted. I don't know if it was us getting distracted or by the reaction in the middle or something, but I feel like we didn't really do a lot of progress. I'm not like mad about it or anything, but I am enjoying my time though with this game. I know I'm not like talking about the game super often because it's like when it's battles and stuff like that, like what am I supposed to do, you know? I'm not gonna like describe what I'm doing as if it's like some sort of amazing strat or anything like that. So you know, it's not like I go into, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I go into these streams or into this game with like a plan or an idea of like what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna do. So we just sort of talk and we just sort of approach whatever topics we feel like it or something. Oh, this is a nice song. Sorry, I just got very distracted. Hi. Team Yell caused quite a kerfuffle. Now the bridge is in a bit of a state. We'll have things cleaned quick and as can be done, but could you give us some time? Okay. I love the game just fully telling me that you can't go there, like, because we don't want you to go there. Like, there's a way you need to be going, and that's not the right way to go. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing to blame. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm not necessarily, like, I'm enjoying, like, I'm not mad about the fact that we're not really doing progress. Like, at first I was like, oh, I didn't really do a lot of progress. But then, like, as I was talking about it, I was like, man, there's really nothing, like, I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Like, we had fun, and I'm having a good time, like, taking my time with Pokemon. I mean, literally earlier we kind of touched on it for a second, how people rushed through Pokemon so quickly. Like, even as a kid, like, when I would play it every single day, like, I wouldn't beat it fast at all. Like, And this is not me judging whoever, like people who beat it so quickly, but for me it's like, I can't, you know? Like, I like taking my time. I like doing my thing. And, you know, exploring everything and kind of taking my time. Which is not always, like, super stream friendly, like, you know what I mean? I feel like people get tired of games sometimes, or, you know, if there's a new game out, you want to be playing that game rather than, you know, Pokemon. But the last thing I would want is for, like, I'm excited about Pokemon and then, like, a couple of weeks later a new game comes out and I'm like, oh, Pokemon is old news. Like, I don't want streaming to ruin that for me. Like, I don't want to think that way, you know? I don't want to be the person who's like, oh, Pokemon, that's irrelevant. That's kind of how I felt. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest with you all, that's how I felt when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I was made to feel like when I finally got into it, I had this mentality. I was like, I'm so late to it, it's irrelevant. And then I would look at the view count and I would get even more discouraged. So I'm trying to shed that a little bit and, you know, take my time. If I want to take my time, I'm going to take my time. I feel like the value is going to be within my stream and with the conversations that we have and the amazing things that we share with each other. It's not, you know, always about like doing the latest thing and doing the coolest thing, because the games come and go. Like, you know, who cares? That should make me a little bit more unique, you know what I mean? Like, in a way, it's like I don't do it for that reason, but it's like there's still gonna be someone wanting to watch Pokemon even after every person does it on day one, you know? Welcome back, Passion. Milo does more than just work the fields. He raises beautiful flowers too. If you hold flowers, Pokemon will gather around you. Oh. Well then. Ruby Stiltskin. Where did you get that? Stop. Why? Why? I don't want that narrative. Did you ever feel that like that, Passion? Or anyone in chat, have you guys ever felt like a rush to do a specific game, or when you were doing something you were like, oh, this is irrelevant, nobody cares about this anymore, and then you went on to like a more recent game or something like that? Because I you know, I've just shared that. Like I felt that way when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. Like as I was beating the other Kingdom Hearts game leading up to 3, I was starting to feel that way. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late to Kingdom Hearts 3. And then as I got into it, I was like, I'm late. Nobody was gonna care about it. So it kind of took away from my enjoyment in a way. Like it kind of reflected on my enjoyment for a little bit. Then as I started getting into more of the game and I started enjoying it more and more, I was started like, you know, who cares? If I get viewers, I get viewers. I just want to play this game. But, you know, I hate that I let it affect me in a way. I don't know. I didn't know she gamed. I thought she DJ'd or whatever. Never seen it before. Amazing scenery from the hilltop. Ooh. That geoglyph. I heard nobody knows its name. Maybe it was a forbidden name or something. Ooh. Oh shit. Welcome to the town of Turffield. That's such a weird name. Like it sounds like turd. Like why would you do that? Renowned since days of yore for the stunning and historical geoglyph upon our hill. Turf with a U. Turf. Turffield. Stop. What is a turf? I've seen that before. I've seen that combination of letters before, but I don't know what that is. I took a photo of the geoglyph, but it just doesn't compare to seeing it yourself. Trans exclusionary radical feminist. Damn. Looking at the photo is enough to bring back a rush of emotion. Is that... Okay, I get it. I was gonna ask, but I was like, okay, let me not. The name is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I got it, yeah. Someone who, yeah. It's basically someone that doesn't include trans people in their feminism. Oh, hey, girl. Dixie Kong? Turf bangs? What is a turf bang? Is that the Tumblr bang? Like the bangs up to here? That don't cover the whole forehead? Is that the one? Like the half bangs? I had you come because I wanted to hear what you thought. So, that geoglyph, what do you think of it? The darkest Dynamax? Seems likely. It certainly looks like a gigantic Pokemon. I suppose people 3,000 years ago could have just imagined this, but it looks too similar to Dynamax. It just can't be a coincidence. I don't know where that came from. A long time ago, a great black storm covered the Galar region. Giant Pokemon ran rampant. Rampant. But what was the black storm they called the darkest day? What connection does it have to Dynamax? I guess I'm the lucky lady who will be looking into that. Gran sure gives me a lot to do. Thanks for your thoughts on the matter. As thanks, I'll give you a league card. Okay, girl, thanks. Milo is a grass-type gym leader. Things will go well for you if you use fire, flying, or bug-type moves. Okay, I'm not a noob. I don't need you to tell me, okay? But thank you, I guess. Take these two. It would be pretty bad if your Pokemon were in fighting form. Oh, thanks. Assuming I'm gonna die. Go on then. Get yourself to Turffield Stadium and battle yourself, silly. Her twirling her clump of hair. Listen, in order for that ponytail to be that immaculate, sis needed a bunch of hairspray, and you know, that's just a rock. At that point, you know, she's just twirling a rock of hair. You know what I think? I think the geoglyph was created with the help of Pokemon. A bunch of hairspray. Yeah. How can a geoglyph drawn ages ago last for so long without eroding away? It's so perplexing. If I think too much about it, I won't be able to sleep. These people really don't have any political issues, do they? I want to stick my head into the photo stand-in when I grow taller. Is that a thing I can do? Aww. Okay, this is cute. Oh, he laughed at me. Oh, that was cute. Seek yourself 3 standing stones with grass before the other ones. Use well that strength and find them the strength. Oh god. Okay, that was confusing and I didn't have the mental energy to read that. A bunch is usually used for flowers or things grouped together. So you were criticizing my use of the word bunch? You need a hobby. It says flying. A hobby would begin if the other person wasn't streaming. As I said, you're just so glued to the screen you can't even do other things. Can't even have other hobbies when you're watching such an amazing, life-changing live stream. Passion has logged out by now. She's a liar. She's a liar, Your Honor. How dare you? I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do the gym challenge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the game.